Hey there YouTube, Caitlin here, and today I'm going to show you a really easy way to make grapefruit marmalade. So we've got our bowl here, and to this bowl we are going to add the pulp of 3 grapefruits chopped up. I actually pulsed these quickly in a blender, as well as the grapefruit peel chopped up. You could grate this as well, but my grater is not sharp enough to do that properly. To this we will add 2 cups of sugar. If you were to weigh the ingredients, it should be roughly the same weight as the amount of grapefruit, but for 3 grapefruits, that should work out to about 2 cups. We're also going to add a small amount of water, about half a cup here. We're going to give these a good stir. It's going to be a little clumpy at first because the sugar is not going to want to dissolve in that little amount of liquid, but give it a good stir and scoop out any seeds as you find them. Or if you see any sections of peel that have a little bit too much of the white pith attached, take them out because that's going to make it bitter. So once we've given that a good stir, we're actually going to cover this up. Plastic wrap will work well, or if you've got this in a covered container, you just put the lid on. And we're going to leave this in the fridge overnight. Just because grapefruit peel can be a little bit tough, the cooking process should soften it up, but I find that leaving the ingredients together overnight also helps develop flavor. So it's been overnight, and we have our grapefruit mixture in the bowl. We're going to give this another stir just to get some of the sugar a little bit more incorporated. I mean, it was in the fridge overnight where it's kind of cold. That doesn't tend to make sugar dissolve. You'll also notice the color starting to change to a bit more of an orangey rather than a pink color. That's actually going to continue as we cook it. So you could cook this on the stove top, but I'm actually going to show you how to do this in the microwave. So you want to take our microwave safe bowl, and we're actually going to microwave this for a total of 20 minutes, maybe 2 to 5 minutes at a time. We're going to need to test it later for doneness, so I'm going to put this plate in the freezer until it gets nice and cold. I'll show you how to use that in a minute. So our marmalade's been cooking for a little while, and I've been stopping the timer every minute or so to give it a good stir. This is about halfway through the process. And as you can see, it is very hot, so be very careful when you're handling it. Scrape down that little bit of marmalade that splashed up on the outside, give it a good stir. Now we're going to take our plate, and I'm actually putting way too much on the plate here, but take your cold plate, put a bit of marmalade on top of it, especially the liquidy part, and tilt it around so that the liquid starts to cool. Now, this is not done. I took this shot for the explicit purpose of showing you what it looks like when it is not done, but you can see it's still kind of a thin syrup. It's pretty liquidy even though it's starting to cool, because this is a frozen plate. This is not done. So we're going to give this another stir, and then we're going to pop this into the microwave until it hits about the 22-minute mark. And again, stirring every minute or so because you don't want it to explode all over your microwave. Okay, we're going to give it a good stir, and we are going to test this again. So this time I'm just going to scoop out a little bit of the liquidy part instead, because the pulp, we don't need that for the testing purposes. I'm going to drip that onto the plate. I'm going to do the same thing where I swirl and kind of turn it around. And you'll notice that the syrup is a lot thinner this time. And as it cools, it slows down. It's a lot less runny. So I'm going to keep turning this until everything is evenly cooled. And when it's about done, you should be able to swipe a finger through it and the trail will stay there even against gravity. You don't want it to be solid, but you do want it to be pretty thick. So at this point I decided it was done, so you're going to want to pour this into your prepared sterilized jar, seal and lid, let it stay on the counter at room temperature until it's cooler, and then I store this in the fridge. So there we have it. Easy recipe for homemade grapefruit marmalade. I'm sure this recipe would work just as well with other citrus fruits, but I've never had grapefruit marmalade. Can't really find it in the store. So this was a nice thing to have. So leave any comments in the section below if you have any suggestions for the future, and be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. See ya!